Good day, everyone. Today, I want to talk with you about one activity that is quite good for teachers who always want to make their classes more interesting, more productive, and more efficient for both them and their students. The activity I'm going to tell you about is quite important for teachers to make their students involved, especially in communication and speaking with each other. The name of it is Three Truths and One Lie. So now let's take a look how this activity works. As I mentioned before, the name of the activity is Three Truths and One Lie. Definitely your students will talk about truth and lie. How many facts you need to write and how many facts must be true and how many facts must be lie. I practice with my students three facts which are true and one fact which is lie. Before I asked my students to make some examples about themselves, I made one about me. And before I started talking about my facts and about my truths, about my lie fact, I asked some questions which I call pre-activity. For example, you can ask your students, what is truth and what is lie? Is it okay if people lie? Or you can ask students if they lie and in which situations people can lie. Of course, you can ask students which groups they may lie to. For example, students can answer that they lie to teachers about their homework, or they lie to their parents about their housework, or definitely homework. And this question can be quite interesting for students because it will help them to start a conversation going. So now let's take a look how this activity works at your class. Firstly, before you ask your students, you should give them some examples. You give them a worksheet which is about four facts, in which three facts are true and one is lie. These facts are about their teacher. You divide your students into pairs, or you can say it's a partner work time. I divide students into some groups where they work together and I give them some time to work together and discuss which facts are true about their teacher and which one is lie. If you want to understand that your students quite really caught what you really wanted from them, you can ask them some questions to check their understanding. Question number one could be, which activity are we going to do right now? How many facts are you going to write about truth? And how many facts must be lie? If your students answer your questions, you can easily start the activity when they try to guess three facts which are true about their teacher and one which is lie. When you finish with the first part, I mean, when students are ready to share their opinions, which facts are true and which one is lie about their teacher, you can start and ask their groups. But don't be quick and don't tell the answer about a lie fact. Listen to every group and try to ask them about reasoning, especially if you talk about older teenagers. They have to think and explain why their choice is so. So why this fact might be true or why this fact must be lie. So now it's high time to make your students more involved. You make a task for them to write four facts about themselves. Again, in these four facts, three must be truth and one must be lie. Usually the time limit for this activity to write four facts is about 3 minutes. Students are writing the information about themselves. And now, when your students have finished writing the facts about themselves and they are ready to share the ideas with their group mates, it's high time to think about drawing the table with the students. Because this table will help you to make every student involved into the discussion and, of course, guessing information which facts are true and which one is lie. What can you do? You can print the table before the class in which you will have the space for four facts and the names of students, or you can do it together with the students at your class. After you've done all work with the table and the students are ready to share, don't give them a chance to speak one by one. Make a random choice and ask them to give one fact about themselves. You write the information in every grid of the table, but please do not write all sentences as your students say. Try to write only one word, or maybe you can even draw a pictogram. Why to do this so important? Because after your students start telling about each other, you will hear not just words, you will make them make these words into a full sentence or maybe full sentences. Or you can ask them to paraphrase information they see in a grid. That's really important and I could even say crucial for making your students speak in full sentences. After you've completed the table with your students, you can ask them to give their choices. They have to guess which fact is lie about every student. To make this information more visible and more attractive for students, you can use a red marker. And in the grid where every student think is a lie fact, you can put one tick. And then you return to the student who you were discussing and ask him or her if this information is lie. Why this activity, three truths and one lie, is quite important for you as a teacher and for your students as well. Because this activity makes the students involved not only in communication, it makes them involved in the experience of the people who are around them and they are working together and studying English together. Definitely, you'll achieve some goals. Your students will recycle a lot of vocabulary, and your students will try freer practice in speaking about everyday topics. And finally, your students will start understanding the idea that people around them have some hobbies, some interests, and they are ready to share this information with other people.